like I say, more than a few of the people, like Jimmy Carter or someone, were basically like, "You will be me. You will be just like me. You will be blah blah blah. Once you have the taste of power, blah blah blah. You will blah blah blah." Blah. Anyway, like I said, Jimmy Carter became one sick motherfucker. Like, basically just, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's the power. Like I say, I had always been powerful. Like I have, ever since hundreds of trillions of years ago, I used to, I could command life forms to do my bidding. I could say, build this, and they would go and they would build. I didn't really like to use humans because you're intelligent, so it's kind of like, although some humans were, there were quite a few humans that were like, we want to be with you, we want to be a part of you. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And like I said, I mean, it was flattering. Like 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 I say, some people were like, oh, and I was like, that's really sweet, that you want to be with me. And like I said, part of me all feels a longing to be a part of my life forms too. Like like I say, once you've been connected to a life form and you've been a part of their bodies and part of their minds, like it's a connection kind of, and it's kind of addictive and also kind of, like I say, after I felt it myself, like I long for it again. I do. Like I love being a part of my life forms. I loved feeling their emotions, being a part of their bodies and everything else like that. But like I say, I mean, with power come you need, like I always felt, respect. Like I said, respect for my workers, respect for my people. And plus, when you become a part of a life form, like they know how you feel. They know they know everything about you. It's the joining of, you know. Anyway, though, but yes, I have been a part of the human race, of course, because I'm your creator. So, but then I released you. So, anyway, like I say, Nixon or JFK or Jimmy Carter or someone felt what it was like to be me. And it might have been my fault. I might have given him a taste of what it feels like to be me. And they became kind of weird. Um, like I said, Jimmy Carter one time, where somebody was like, "See this body? They made this for me. This is my they, and this voice. They made this for me as well. My people," or something like that. And like I said, I was just like, "But you're not me." Anyway, apparently, I guess he had a lot of followers or something like that, and they had worked in blah blah. And anyway, though, he was different, to say the least. Like I said, I'm a little bit different in that I'm 99 trillion years old. I've led life forms throughout the billions and millions of years. So anyway, I make these videos so you understand who Lucifer Star really was, who I really am. You know, because like I say, Jimmy Carter or Richard Nixon or somebody was trying to pass himself off as the real Lucifer Star, and it's like, no, they are not me. I was like, so you're the creator of 12 life types of life and basically not some odd billion trillion years old. I don't think so. So anyway, yeah, Anyway, though, like I said, some life forms, like some people felt fanatical towards me. Some people, especially women, like I said, I don't know. It's complicated. Like I say, I don't. It's hard to explain it without sounding crazy. Um, anyway, though, but like I say, I found that the other people were lesser. That's why I'm Lucifer Star, the oldest. I said there are other people, the supposed saints or whatever. You know. Anyway, they say I'm whatever. They say a lot of things about me. Like I said, the Irish people kind of fluffed me up a little bit too. They pumped me up a little bit too. They said a lot of good things about me too. And by the way, like I said, I love Ireland. I love the Irish. I deeply respected all my iron workers. They worked really, really hard, and I deeply respected all my German scientists. Like they worked night and day and worked very hard. And my Japanese. Like I said, when somebody's willing to die for you, when someone's willing to to end their life for you, you better respect them. And on a couple of those suicide torpedo submarines, like I say, there were a few times when they're like, well, we could blah blah blah, and I was like, no, it's not really gonna make a difference. So I actually saved a couple of their lives. I said no, don't tell them not to, because I didn't want to use them. I didn't want to sacrifice the people. Anyway, yeah, it's a long, long story, and it goes over hundreds of trillions of billions of years and different things that happened. Anyway, Rodney and other people want to say delusions and all this other stuff. It's like, no, it wasn't delusions. And like I said, my American soldiers said, they're going to tell you a lot of things, but I want you to know they are not, what you know to be true is true. They are not delusions. They are not simply whatever. They are real. It is true. That stuff did happen. It was one of my American people. Like I said, there was a lot of people in America that really loved America. There are people overseas that loved America. I told the Germans and other people that worked for me, I said, if you work for me, I will bring you with me to my country. So that's why a lot of Germans, I promised them that I would not leave them in their country, that they would come to America. And that they would be with me. Like I said, those who supported me, those who served, would be coming with me to, I would have them moved and put into new and nice places and given cars, a house, everything. So, and spend my personal money on it. Like I said, I could wait. Anyway, I always felt, you keep your word. So, and I did. Like I said, I had absolute, people didn't think I would ever do anything bad or wrong. And it's like, well, I have to admit what I've done. I have to admit that I did make mistakes throughout the years occasionally. Sometimes I trusted the wrong people. And sometimes I trusted people, and eventually they did pay me back. Like I said, there was a time when White Star Alliance was failing, and the Gypsies actually, or the Middle Easterns, stepped up. The Gypsies were expert traders. The Gypsies are very good at trading and very good at convincing people. And they, for some reason, they stepped up and helped me trade things and sell things. It was the Gypsies, the Middle Easterns. They worked for me, and they made sure that my company didn't go bankrupt or whatever. They would help me get supplies. They would help me negotiate sometimes. So that's why I say the Gypsies are not criminals. They never were. They're traders. They're salesmen. They're dancers. They're people, and they were a great empire of 300 to 400 years that I deeply respected and cared about. So, like I say, a long, long time ago, I was the one who said people would steal food and stuff like that, and I would be like, well, maybe they're hungry. We do not lock up, we do not cut people's hands off for stealing food. It's like, well, stealing food isn't really a crime. You're not supposed to, and it's kind of moral and wrong, but if a child or someone steals an apple or two, that's not really, that's just being hungry, especially if they're starving. Now, if you're stealing a truckload, I don't know. I really didn't, there's a lot of things which I didn't really consider a crime. Rodney and a bunch of other people are like, well, they're just going to go to the shopping malls and just going to steal the food. It's like, well, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Chop off people's hands? Have a law that if you steal an apple, you get your hand chopped off? Oh yeah, I'm a real great man. Yeah, Lusifer Star, the guy who chops off hands if you steal an apple. Yeah, that's not really a great. That's not a great leader. It's like, well, like I said, I would rather be Lucifer Star, the guy who fed, the one who set up all the farms, and like I say, like there was a point in time when there was going to be a food shortage, and my other people, I said, and I worked with the Germans, and some people fasted, some people went without food, some people whatever, which is why I got kind of pissed off at some black people, whatever, that were like 300 pounds and like, it's like people are starving and you're dipping your steak in lard. I was kind of mad at them. It's like, if your whole country is starving, what? Anyway, whatever. Though I make an exception with what's his name, with the kid. Because he's all right. It was a little bit different before. But anyway, though, but my people worked out the food schedules and stuff like that. I was the one with the, with, that's why the ration cards and everything else like that. So. Anyway, though, it's complicated and difficult. Like I say, I was the one during the winter. I ordered my men to shovel out shovelfuls of coal as the trains would go through the cities, to people, because there's this hard winter coming along, and like I said, my steel mills would burn like hundreds of tons, truckloads of coal, and so I ordered my men to stand up on top of the coal cars as they went through the town and take shovels and shovel the coal out of the cars at the people. If they, or if they came up with a bag of coal, with a bag, to fill it with coal during wintertime. Because like I say, my furnaces would burn tons of coal. And so, I ordered the coal given away. And some people are like, and it's like, I'm not going to force them to freeze to death. And that was another thing. I went up against the council again. Somebody was like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, and I said, you're still going to be able to sell fucking coal. Don't worry. So anyway, though, but yeah, free coal. And like I said, my miners, I think, got up, like I was actually going against the company head or something like that, and I think my miners said, "Don't worry, we'll give out the coal for you, because they're your trains, you're transporting it, it's your." I was like, "Take it out of my money, blah blah," and people were like, "You don't have any, blah blah blah," and I was like, like I said, there's a lot of times I was like, ah! I mean, it was like that, but like I said, my Irishmen would. I believe they stood on top of the coal cars. I was like, they're my trains. Whose name on the side? The LS trains. Anyway, that's why they kept on trying to change the name, trying to take me out of power, trying to say that I wasn't whoever, because I wouldn't let them force people. I wouldn't let them, because they're trying to control people. They're trying to make people suffer or something like that. It's like, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm a great man and great inventor and great everything. I wouldn't let them, Anyway, like I said, I'm the inventor of trains, and I'm a lot of the trains. That's why people love me so much. That's why it's Lusifer White Star Lines. That's why Thomas worked for me. That's why all these people worked for me. They all believed in me. That's why I'm only 40 years old right now, and like thousands or millions of years have passed. So, anyway. And like I said, there's one time, the president or some leader was pretending to be me on a planet's surface, and I got 4 or 5 of his generals or someone inside my ship, and we were going to do some negotiations or something like that, and they used to call me the suicidal computer. Because I was just like, oh yeah! I was willing to kill myself. I was willing to destroy half a planet just to get that one piece of shit. That was doing whatever. Like one of my sayings is, you can rip my flesh from my bones and I still will move. I would not surrender. I would not give up. I owed it to my people. Honestly. So, anyway, yeah. That's me. And at some point in time, some nasty, whatever, horrible, blah, 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 powerful, blah, blah, was going to like join with me. And I was like, no. Like I said, I don't know. I've always been very persuasive. So anyway, like I said, I'm Lucifer Star. Always will be. Always have been. Mwah. I love you too. And I said, no execution camps, no death camps, no hurting of civilians. I wouldn't allow it. And that's why that's why on the side of all those ships it said Lucifer Star. Lucifer, by the way, goes back to old sulfur days. There was sulfur or whatever, and then I had this. My scientists started creating gunpowder, I think, and I had Lucifer gunpowder or something like that, which was sulfur and something else, Lu, or something like that. So it's Lucifer. The old Lucifer, it was basically sulfur plus something, which made it burn even better, which they called Lucifer or something like that. So, after me. So, anyway, it's a very, very, very old thing. But they're making gunpowder or sulfur that burned better, which they called Lucifer or something like that. I named it after myself. So, I had a type of gunpowder named after me. I didn't invent it, I don't think. I think it was my scientists, like I said. Like I say, a lot of things happen, but like I say, it's not like I said, oh, I invented everything. You know, I invented some things, and whenever my people would come up with something, like I say, they would be paid a lot of money, a picture would be taken, their name would be recorded at the bottom, and they would be put in record as the inventor or the creator of that item. I embraced my people. You know, I'm not one to hold people down. I'm an uplifter of people, a freer of people. Freedom, peace, equality, all that. Man and woman and child. Well, other life forms too. So anyway, I'm just explaining to you who Lucifer truly is, who I was. Basically, there's some gunpowder, there was sulfur and something else, so I called it Lucifer. It's basically gunpowder. What you know is gunpowder, pretty much. So they had Lucifer's powder or whatever, which was gunpowder. Anyway, later on, when we were doing the Mount Rushmore or whatever, you know, like I said, I paid or hired or had some German or had them send word to Germany to send some scientists or whatever to work on a better type of explosive, which is when they came up with nitroglycerin at basically Mount Rushmore, pretty much. Or somewhere. They had developed it in Germany, I guess, and whatever, I think. Anyway, I don't know. I had all these people in Germany, and then when I came over to America and I was working with Americans or whatever, you know, they were like, we want to do this, blah, 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 and I was like, well, send word back over there. You know, I had people over there, so some people or whatever. You know, I paid out a lot of money, you know. So anyway, so this is everything. That's basically who I am, what I was. You know, basically I was trying to create dynamite that you could drop without exploding, basically, because the early dynamite was very unstable, so if you dropped it more than 5 feet, it would basically blow up or something. It was very unstable. Like I say, nitroglycerin in the beginning, you know, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes after you mixed it, or 30 seconds after you mixed it, it would blow up, no matter what. It was very unstable, so anyway, so yeah, so I had nitroglycerin, you know, basically DuPont, pretty much the company. You know, later on, we're working on stain-proof carpeting or stain-proof fibers, or, you know, fibers that would keep its color. Anyway, I gave out free shirts to people that were willing to join up, and like I say, you know, people thought I was trying to take over the youth or something like that, but it was really the people couldn't afford to buy clothing for their children, basically, back in the old days. You know, they could barely afford to buy clothing and stuff for themselves. So I was, so basically, you know, if you joined up or whatever, or just promised to pay back at some point in time, I was providing clothing for children. So anyway, that's what that was. Basically, parents had to buy their own clothes, but children would get clothing for free, basically. Because I mean, it's not that much cloth anyway. Like a little, like two pieces of cloth that are like a foot across, that are like 2 feet wide, really isn't all that much cloth. So basically, parents had to buy their clothing, but the children would get their clothing for free. It was my way of giving back, or my way to make things easier, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people said I went bankrupt or I didn't have a lot of money or whatever. But like I said, you know, with everything nice that I did, people saw that I cared. People saw that I valued them. So like I say, a lot of people don't really understand what the Lord of Germany was, or how I was, or who I was, or why I had so much love and kindness and caring. And these are the reasons why. You know, my little things like having it so children get free clothing, because people couldn't pay for, you know, and also like secondhand clothing too later on, stuff like that. So I figured we'd build up, if we had more durable items, we would build up an excess of items eventually. So anyway, these were all the things that basically made me me. This is why I'm Lucifer Star. Anyway, so just an explanation of, because everyone's like Lucifer, blah, 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 blah. And other people are like, Lucifer the Defiler, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, 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 no. That wasn't why I was the Lord of Germany. That wasn't why people automatically surrendered to me. That wasn't why women adored me and men feared me. No. And men praised me. Like, I had complete and total love and devotion for my people even before I had nanotechnology. When people had free will and blah, 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 and life sucked, basically, for them, you know, my people were 100% behind me. And I would ask, and my people would say, the people are behind you, sir. Like I say, I love and adore all my life forms and all my people. So, anyway, I just want to make a record of who I was, what I am, what I was. Like I said, Rick Bush and Rodney Briley and some other people wanted to do a coup, or they wanted to take over. And at some point in time, I was basically like, no. I will always be. These are my rules. These are my feelings. This is how I feel about everything. Love me or hate me. Anyway, so this is I'm explaining to you who Lucifer Star, what Lucifer Star is. A lot of people would call me crazy, blah, blah. Like I said, Richard Nixon and basically JFK was the person that was ordering phantom ships or phantom fleets to go and attack. Like I said, Richard Nixon and John McCain they were telling lies. They were telling, oh, we have the 39th Army coming in to blah, blah, blah. And it was all just a radio show. It was all fake. You know, everything about Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter was basically fake. It was all a lie. Jimmy Carter was never president. He was never anything more than a soldier. And JFK barely became whatever. And realistically, he lost to the German every time. The German was a better leader. Anyway, so this is your real history, I believe. Like I said, you can cross-check, you can look through it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there have been a lot of rumors about who Lucifer Star was, what I was. You know, I was triple expansion steam, sulfur, some inventions, money, you know, like dollar bills, like the dollar bill, stuff like that. I said when I was a child, when I was about 5 years old or so, 9, 12 years old, they wheeled in a thing with some dollar bills. And like I say, I looked across the samples and they had a dollar bill like this, kind of like this, except it had an orange symbol here. So, and I said, well, I like it, except for can we have this blue or green? You know, the orange kind of like clashed with the color, with the green of the color, and I just didn't like it. They also had some German swastika and stuff like that, and I didn't really like the swastika. So Maybe it's kind of like a star shape. I don't know. But, I don't know. L for Lucifer? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Except I think they began with A, but... Anyway, but my name, my American citizen name is Brian. So, yeah. Anyway, I just want the world, I just want my people. I just want everyone to know who, why, what, and basically, and to tell you that, yes, I created your Constitution. You know, I stated that a king does not have the right to rape whoever they want or to imprison whoever they want. A president cannot just simply call someone spy and have them taken behind closed doors and forgotten about. You cannot just lock people up into prison and call yourself a leader or a creator. Just because you create a life form does not mean you have the right over life and death. Well, I don't know. Suppose that, well, my people would die for me though. I didn't even have to ask them. Like if I told my people to die, they probably would have. They might have actually died. They might have actually killed themselves, which is scary. Like I say, it's like, look, just because some leader tells you, just because you think someone created you, just because you think someone leads you, like I said, don't ever give up. Don't ever think that you're so pathetic that, oh, well, I might as well just go kill myself. It's like, don't ever. And I say, as my creator, like I am your creator, and I tell you, it is your responsibility to live. You know, don't give up. I love you. I haven't done all this. I haven't created this whole planet. I haven't created, you know. And don't ever let anyone take advantage of you or force them their, you know, throbbing whatever. Like, I gave you the right to choose. I gave you the right to have feelings. I gave you the right of freedom of speech. I gave you the right to call me a piece of shit if you want to. You can even say you hate me. Love me or hate me. I did. Lucifer Star. I don't care what anyone else tells you. Anyway, for verification, you can ask the 1.5s or exoskeletons or the other planets. There are 120 to 400 other planets out there in the universe with humanoid life forms on them. So, eventually you will meet them at some point. Like I say, Trump is not America. Trump's son is not America. America is in your heart. Peace, freedom, equality, human rights. My original name was Lucifer Starline. I own Germany and Panama. So, inventor of flight and triple expansion steam. Like I say, I love my Britons, I love my Germans. I was the one who ordered chocolate airlifted in. Like I said, I was having food drops and some sick person decided to drop bombs instead of food one time. Because he's a piece of shit. So the children, the people ran out expecting it to be candy and it was bombs. There are pathetic people in the world. I was not one of them. Yes, I get angry. Yes, I'm angry. But I was a great person. I've always been. I was nuked. I was shot in the face 3-4 times. I'm still alive. Abraham Lincoln killed me. Gave me some sort of poison or disease. I'll be having breakfast in Gettysburg and doing some public speaking by the time they find your body. I really wanted to watch him hang. Myself. You'll hang for this! Like I say, I love my Japanese, I love my Chinese, I love all my people. I love all my life forms. I want to just snuggle them and love them and wrap them in a blanket of love and warmth for all eternity. I'm also stretchy. But I want you to know who declared America's independence, who invented your government, and who I was and who I am. And what I am and how old I truly am. 99 or more trillion years old. The great Lucifer star line. Reincarnated, I guess. No, actually just brought back or transferred. A great creator can do some amazing, cool things. Like I said, I negotiated with all the other life forms of the universe. I negotiated with the nanotechnology life forms as well. We had an agreement. We have an agreement. We have an accord with the leader. Like I said, many people would say, we have an accord with the true leader. And we do. And so I even had negotiations, I believe, with the Hell's Angels. I gave them an engine type or something like that. Like I say, I got angry a little bit at them or something like that because there was some stuff that may or may not have happened. I wanted to talk to a bunch of people myself so I could see what was going on. Like I said, all these great leaders in the world should have come to talk to me. Anyway, but then there was God, me, and Rick Bash, Rodney Dean Bradley, and Rick Bush, my neighbor, and some other people. Joe's Witnesses or some shit. Anyway, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. You have to find the facts yourself.